Did ᓄᕕഅᓗइథ 뚜ᓴᕋᒃᓴइᓪᗗ Dodie Malegana, ᓪᓗskutkaqaukiqavik, ᓪᓗ પિᕙᓪᓕઅᓗ Inuvialuit Pivalliajut 2026. ᓪᓗskutkaqautijiᔪৎ ᓄᕕഅᓗइథ ᓪᓗ ᓪᓗskutkaqautijiᔪৎ 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 Kukiugavingat tukturaktuungani makpiganik taharashanik taiguagniaktunga huliragdingniklu mikirachanik Inuvialuitun ᓕᓕഅᓗᐃథ aglan pangmapak akhlagwingmungniaktukut davani Dodie udakiruk didu Dodie kanukit bed diga ang maruk kuliaktuat larutin.
Okay, mani akhlagwingmi ilichirot mani ᓿ티ᕐᒥ우ٿ gogwingmi kukiok baraktot ikpakratkika ingit arena muktot mani ilichirot ᓿ티ᕐᒥ우থ ikayoktakaktot mani havaktingmi gogwingmi uvehuk paraktot katik paraktohluta nekek paraktohluta aturaktuakta tabrani koleaktohluta tabrani arena mi ilichihuktot mani musker school mi havaktibut nitakabut ilichihuata mani akhlagwing mi uvehuk paraktohlut katik tohluta mani arena mi inuit akhlagwingmi kak paraktot hin kolak paraktot tabrani havaktibut tabrani skogwingmi ka 2016 ukiuniluni havak paraktot ᓿ티ᕐᒥ우থ tabrani katik tohluta ahin mani akhlagwingmi 29th David Husky gok hikubut ᓿtiᕐᒥ우ٿ atnapagok kakuan hiku aulagniak panwok titikpan akumaniak tutinwok 45 gallon gas tinwok ahin 10 gallon gas tinwok malo kochlutin niak tugutwok akumaniak dot kinya hiku aulagniak panwok makbaatin Hamlet office mititiruik but inuit tabrekiak atnapaka aulak paraktot tariumi uglupaka nirlinindu kangongniklu aula nirirtinilu taunani tariumi aulagwingmuktot tautukitka Facebook mi atnapak uvehuk paraktot inuit taunani apai taunani tot kutaitsuragmi kangongniknigo amek iritsiak havak paraktot avuk tohlutinglu pukutak tohlutinglu tautukitka uglupak mani akhlagwingmi tutakabut taunani pikismiat aulagurut kaguagniklu kangongniklu ibaklak tohlutin ᓪᕗami tabrakiak ᓴᖅကိᔮ pisikaktot nitakat tabrani ilichinirat kanatuna nirirtinika kawagniklu havaktikput amek tohlulini eritsak tohlutinglu tabrakiak litokinirik kat ilichinirakata nitakabut tabrani aulagwingmi atnapak uglupak akhlagwingmi okaktuanga atnapak tutubangmi tautuktogutik pakrak malongni ubluni tabrakiak pisikataktok bani akhlagwingmi pichagwingmi ikpakrak nikiniraktok okpingnik tautu ikput ikpakrak inuit pisikataktot tautuktoklugit atnapak tutubangmi uvehuk paraktot ahin hangani igluga tabrakiak pisikataktok tabrakiak tutubak tabrani Abbey area of mani Sports North mi tabrakak yellow mugnak Friday mi yoka akimak barak tok mani Arctic Winter Games mi yoka Sports North yoka Friday mi tanuag nektok hen Saturday mi yoka awards mi kaiti nerat abieri white horse mi akimak barak tok Arctic Winter Games mi kobe hok barak tunga tabrakak nutakko ni yellow mi tot Birak barak dot kowe hook barak dot ni Arctic and Winter Games I tabrakak uglupaka school wing be dahanagak dogut Mother's Day mi gok niti mi glu coffee mi glu nikin yirak dot coffee dogak dogut down in the school wing be enjoy the by kairat Ilichi hurata tabani mipku mika bukata mikai chigati ut nutaka buta utugarik buta ma havakti buta school wing me kobe hook barak dogut at napaka niti tok tok korak tok luta tabrakaka hin ainyakapta tutupang mika kai chigati ut mipku mika kobe hook barak dogut at napaka David Husky Goka Memorial Ice Pool Ticket Money after la Bergdaktoka Friday me Umi Kimaraka Inuit Titik Dota Makba me Kakun Hikuni at Aulag Nek Dota 29 years to Nukuni at Napaka Hikubuta is Naipekto put Kakun Aulag Nek Dot Inuit Akumanek Dot 45-gallon gas to Nahin Hibun nga 10-gallon gas and walk mala quachlity. Ugla baka musker school mi woka nitakata lichirat coming nik lichin coming nik kilayakta tabani school going mi kobe hok barak nga tutakabata kilayak nirakta coming nik taimak coming nik kilayak asiga tautuk kikput kobe hok barak tunga ang uayat kabakya kilayak liting tabrani school wing me at napaka aklavik drummers and dancers mani adwag mong nekto mong nekto tabrani museum historical Adwa mi momek parak nektot aulang nektot na down in the aulang ring. Uglo baka kobe hok park tunga alvariat program mani ikpakrak ilichini ragatigot amek dot gigia miglu kakpik miglu ilichini ragat mani aklak ring mi kanatun kanawoka amek dot luta hin halumak ṭuaxlugut hin panek ṭuaxlugut tutakavat ilichiniiragat mani alviyat program kawe hukbarak tunga tautukit ka tabraka kanogli aklamik tabraka amakhirak tabranis arena miyat na pak kawe hukbarak tunga tautuki angipek daktuta aklagwat tabraka Okoronga pek tok lugu tabrakak ahin habakti but tabrakak panek tindirakat panek panahin oka ilichiniakat mani aklabring mi kanok atlo halumak tindak lugu ikug lugu tabrakak uglupak kubehok parak tunga injit mani aulak wing mito habakti puta mani Emek puta berkek munakik tok luguta angen ikut pangliata bak hiku buta nabak cindak tok uglupak. Kube huk parak tonga injuit humulakat tabrani kube munakik puta hiku but uglupak. Uglupak luni at napak injuit ma skidungit hinyani kuk pangli hikumi pirat hiku buta berkek abek cindak tok tabrani ᓄᕕഅᓗꯏథ Inuit munakik tuaqlugit Inuit humutaka aulaqtuat ka atnealaqpaaraqtuat maani nuvakkiaqpaaraqtuat uktupaka utoqqunaavat munaqilugit tukkuvimi ᓄᕕஅᓗpaaraqtunga aqragumi vuuklupaka quliaqtuaqtuanga ᓕᓕăvutavrakiaqa naalaqtuaqtuat humilaka naapaalutumi saaksarvimi ulahartumi ublilautaqluhi kenten neqiyuk naalaqtuaq vitnakuuruamik tuyutiikpin ilatka utoqqanaat maani atniaqvingmik tautugaaqtuaqitqa ᓄᕕஅᓗpaaraqtunga tautugaaqitqa atniaqvingmik uvangatavrakiaq Judyslami quliaqtuaqtuanga aqlaqvingmi ᓄᕕஅᓗpaaraqtunga quliaqtuaqtuanga maani aqlaqvimi qayanaindaqpaaraq
Kuyanakparak Judy kuliaqtuaqavit uvlavak aariga ᓄᕕஅᓗpaaraqtungalu kuliaqtuaqukavit Tautaktohi Judyslami aqlaqvingmi kuliaqtuaqami Uvahin tautagniaqtuhi 2 minutes nik ᓪᓗaliunik ahin utagniaqtuvit 2 minutes mukpan. Tautaktohi Alberta Gamiut Associations Gut ikayuktingat havagavengatni makpiganget ilitui kabluhi Alberta Gamiut Inuit kanutun ikayut lagait havangnik ikayuronik huniklikalu Uvahin makpiganik taharashanik daiwagniaktunga gavamait nunaptingni kuleaktuat tangungitsuat Havafaqaragniagait himmauhiniqamigit maligudaqrangat kanutun havagtigugait tangungitsuat maligudaqrangat himmauhiniqangat 2024 minkuk hinnutak tamanna maligudalengat havautilhagniagait kuk iluqaitnik tangungitsuat Inuit Canada mi ittuat hin Hivuliogniangit huli anirat inunerat tangungitsuat nunaptingni atlat inuitlu tangitlu inurat nunaptingni tangungitsuat nunaptingni kavamani havagurat kuchilhagniquat inualhagniquat 29% tun 29% min naqaqa 33% khanikuk government kuk 196 tun tanngongitsuat havaktinik okiubak havauterinikkangat 158 tun okiukak ᓄᕕഅᓗइథ aglaan kaffitsanik nutat tanngongitsuat inuit nunaptingni miinniaqquat havauteqamigit hin ᓄᕕअᓗइథ luuk kaffitsanik tanngongitsuat inuit Canadami havauterinikqamigitquuk governmentquuk ᒪᓕคึturagintnamigit kaffitsanik tanngongitsuat outsaimin havauteqnikkangat okiubak nunaptingnilu aglaan ᒪᓕคึturaqaraginiagait tanngongitsuat qappihinik havauteruqamigitlu namitilaangatnilu ilangit ᓕᓕഅᓗïథ MLAs taniktun Janeway Armstronglu ᓕᓕᓗ ᓄᕕഅᓗïథ nunaptingnilu tanngongitsuat inuit ᓕᓕഅᓗïథ outsaimin tanngongitsuanik innungniqqa havautetlaginiaqamigitquuk illuillingat ilangit inuit ᓕᓕᓗ outsaimin kehenik Inuvialuit tanngongitsuanik innungnik havauterumigik inuit ᓕᓕअᓗïథ nunaptingni havakteqillaagiниaqtutquuk hin government kuliaqtuat tanngongitsuat inuit havautifaaginikkangaatluunni ilauginikqamigit tanngongitsuat innungnikka ikayuqamigit havauteqamigit inuit Kaullit paitlu kuliaqtuaq $13 million atoginiaqtut angillaaq ikayuginiaqamigit aitsuginiaqamigit kuchillhaaqtuanik kakiharniki vakligiveangatnikuuk inuit nuningatni ᓄᕕअᓗïథ tallimat pingahungnik inuit ᓄᕕअᓗïథ naagaka nunaptingni adauhinnik ᓄᕕअᓗïథ Yukon nuningatnilu hin Northwest-tel angilatchigaat tamanna kuchillhaaqtuanik hukahillhaaqtuanik 869 inuit aimavingat kakiharniki vakligiveanik aitsuginiaqaitquuk government angilatchit kuliaqtuaq kakiharniki vakligiveanik ᓿᕗᓗᒃติþ 뚜ᓵᓱᒃติþ ᓄᕕഅᓗïథ inuit nuningatni inuangitsuanik ᓄᕕअᓗïథ tanngongitsuat ᓄᕕअᓗïథlu taitna nukullaaruanik kakiharniki vakligiveanik aitsugumikkuuk ikayuguniagait kakiharukun ilitsiniraqtuat kaunagarinik taaktinik nirsirniklu tautuhoktuat hin ukakiditlakublugitlu tautitlakublugetlu ilatingat kakiharukun anianangitsuaniklu bitlakubluget nayukublugetlu ᓄᕕअᓗïథ ingmingnik havaakaqtuat havautifhaatlat kublugetlu bilgufaakublugetlu havaagnikun ᓄᕕअᓗïథ ukuat hukahillhaanik kakiharnik avakliveanik bitlaginiagait ukuat ᓄᕕअᓗïథ Lutzelkay ulukaqtuq paulatuq Gameri Sambakay Wakwari Colville Lake Igahuk hin atauhik Yukonmi Old Crow ᓄᕕअᓗïథ tanngongitsuat kaullit kuliaqtuaq nukuruanik kakiharnik ivakligiveanik habikhlaaqtuaq piniraginiaqamigit hin nakullhaakubluget kakiharnik ivakligiveanik pikublugit taitna bilgufaatlakublugit inuit tamatkuat ᓄᕕअᓗïథ kakiharnik ivakligiveanikni hin atuginiaqtut daniktun Earth Orbit Satellites partneri qamigit Thalasat havagaveangat hin manikuk atuginiagait kuchektuat gavamani aitsuginiagait $3.225 billion nik taitna iloqaitnik Canada mittuat aimavit hukahillhaanik kakiharnik ivakligiveanik pikublugit 2030 mukpan uvahin daudaginiaqtuhi ubinagaaqaaq Inuvialuit kuliaqtuaqtibut Inuvialuit ᓄᕕëмиуtak Kailikkusun Taylor ᓠᓕഅᓃꒃ ᓠᓃᓃ ᓠᓕ ᓱᒃ Taylor ᓠᓕஅᓃꒃ 뚜ᓵᓃᒃ Inuvialuit Pivalliajut. ᓠᓃᓃ.
Oh, Kylek here, just about to head to ᓵᓅꒃ on the Inuvialuit to Tuk highway. Here comes the vehicle now. So it's about 147 kilometers of gravel road traveling over the tundra. It's pretty beautiful and amazing, and it connects the coastal community of ᓵᓃꒃ with the rest of the world. So North America's only highway connecting to the Arctic Ocean. So it's a tourism hotspot, lots of tourists in the summer driving on the road up the Dempster Highway and visiting ᓵᓃꒃ, and that's what we will do as well. So we're looking forward to our trip, and that's that. So we're about 25K down the highway. We're starting to run into quite a bit of construction. There's a lot of maintenance that goes into the highway. The highway started being built in 2014 and was finished in 2017. But just because it's finished doesn't mean the work is over. It's a tremendous amount of work to keep a gravel road open, especially on the permafrost. This is a very unique road, and so we don't know exactly 100% how it's going to work, so we have to maintain it, and there's a lot of culverts being replaced and a lot of other things happening on the road to keep it so that we can continue to travel to the Arctic Ocean. But once they've done a piece, it's quite smooth, so we're cruising along quite well today. The road's in really good condition, so there's been a lot of construction this year maintaining the road.
ᓠᓕஅᓃꒃ ᓠᓕ ᓱᒃ Taylor 뚜ᓵᓃꒃ ᓠᓃᓃ ᓵᓅꒃ ᓵᓅꒃ Grandma's Kitchen Ininga 330 Ocean View ᓕᕐ뒃ᓗ Davani 뚜ᓵᒃ ᓕᕐ뒃ᓗ 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 ᒪᓕᒃᓗ ᓕᕐᒃᓗ Ahin ᓕᕐ뒃ᓗ aulakparakduni 뚜ᓵᒃ ahin ᓕᕐ뒃ᓗ ᓕᕐ뒃ᓗ iknigivikaktu tirungnik atugukamik ᓪᓛකුৎ Inuit Davani ahin ᓕᕐᒃᓗ Taylor Davani ininga ᓵᓅᒃ ᓕᓚ꓃ Inuvialuit ᓕᓚ꓃ ᓕᓃᓃ Davani ᓕᓃᓃ ahin ᓕᓃᓃ ahin ᓠᕗᒃ Inuit rented laginigaytlu kayangat bulaktaktonik inungniklu ᓴᓅကိᔮկauti지ᔬᓅ angalatchigugatlu daktiliagu kamigitlu Inuit Inuvialuit ᓠᓗ굡 steenkoyat ᓕᕐᒃᓗ Inuit at ᓕᕐᒃᓗ kautigniagatlu kanuhinik ᓴᓅကိᔮקauti지ᔬᓅ kautigniagatlu dautukparu kamig hila atlangokman Davani 뚜ᓵᒃ hinangatni ᓵᓅᒃ inunearinakutlu dautugugat ululimami katalagu kamik hinangat atlangokman kuchiktilang imangatlu hila atlangokmanlu ahin hinangat divrakparak karinakutlu iglagu kamik divrangatgu pagmin ahin ilokaitnik katalagu kamigita katalak bargu guruklu Davani 뚜ᓵᒃ ahin divranik bukugu kamik kirungnik taitnahinik iknagavingat kirungnik atutlaganik kamikuk ahin hanangatni hivoni iningani Davani kirungnik divranik bikaganik kamik ᓕᕐᒃᓗ ahin Davani ᓵᓅᒃ hinangatni inunerut ᓠᓕᒃᓗ ᓠᓕ ᓱᒃ Davani kamik ᓕᒐᓗᒃ iningat nunakparaminkuk ahin Davani inikaganik kamik ilutangni aimavingatni ᓕᕐᒃᓗ ᓕᕐᒃᓗ.
Okay, so here we are at the end of the ᓵᓃꒃ Inuvialuit Highway at Grandma's Kitchen. located at 330 Ocean View. This is basically the only restaurant that you can eat at in ᓵ뒏, and it has absolutely the best view, amazing service, great food, exactly what you need after a nice long ride. They have a nice restaurant here with a wood stove. You can come in and warm up. And the best part of all is it's right on the Arctic Ocean, so a lot of people enjoy their burgers, fries, and then they go for a swim. They also rent canoes and kayaks. They do tourism. They run the medical bus. It's the Steen family, quite amazing people. I'll be interviewing them later about their business and climate change and what they've seen over their lifetime. They live directly on the Arctic Ocean, so they see it firsthand every single day, the erosion and the difference in water levels and temperatures and all that great stuff. Their beach is covered in driftwood that's come down the Mackenzie River from all the erosion that's happening there. That's how they keep their wood stove going, just by picking up driftwood right from the front of their lawn here, or ocean view property, I guess you could call it. It's my absolute favorite piece of property in the world. This place, he has his own little harbor even, and just a wonderful and crazy, beautiful view. As an Inuit person who lives in the Delta, away from the Arctic Ocean, I really miss this noise, this beautiful sound. I don't live on the ocean, but I get to visit it. And I spend some time at the whale camp, so. You can hear the seagulls, the waves, life. The ocean is full of life. We're so blessed to have it and to be able to live amongst it and to be able to have the rights to harvest and eat from the land. My family was recently out fishing and whaling, and so I have a freezer full of amazing country foods now. I didn't get to visit and I didn't get to hunt at the whale camp this year, so very thankful to family. But every year that I come back, I notice little changes. Shoreline changing, shorelines eroding completely, houses being moved to new locations. So the climate change here is felt much more significantly than it is in other places in the world, because you see it. And if you're out on the land living out here, then you're going to notice it quite drastically. But we're still here. We're still thriving. Still burning driftwood. ᓵ뒏 is a very blessed place because of its driftwood. You can make fire, you can make sod house. It's amazing what an amazing resource, that driftwood, and how it's shaped the people that decided to call this place home.
Dodie Taylor, ᓵᓮ Inuvialuit Pivalliajut 뚜ᓵᓗқtitıyiğ hin davni nigin nagavingat ni nanang kokiyagavingat tigim hirani ᓵᓮ hin ᓵᓮ magpiganik daharasranik hin kultiviraktonik okakidagaving mi havagurak Louise Arbor at chaganika ᓴᖅကိᔮկauti지ᔪ� agaktigiyaga Mary Simon Governor General Dodie Malegana ᓴᓅကိᔮկauti지ᔪ� Prime Minister Mark Carney Louise Arbor ᓪᓗकुৎ hin ᓅᒡ kakidachiniquk hin ᓅᒡ kakidachrit kultiviraktonik kakidachidi Canada mi hin ilaugurak lu United Nation mi kuchivirak doni commissionernik Inuvialuit ngat kakidachiding niklu kuchivirak doni Canada mi hin Mary Simon hevolibek tanngongechok inumgok havangnikwa Canada mi Governor General havautigugay ikayugugay Kingwood Canada mi hin ikayugugay maligutakhralanik havakamik gatimakamiklu Simon Inuvialuit Nunavik min in 2021 min daimini hagudikagni kami tanngongechot hevolibek Governor General nik havagnikwako Inuak barnik okunik ikayok barugugay ukautik baru ukaktinik kautik barugugay hevonik hektonik inibet ᓄᕕഅᓗᐃᑦ tanngongechot raitsganik Inuit nunangatni naguratun havakatigi kublogit ilihangnikun bitkohiginikun tangmak daili kublogitlu hin hevonik baragnikwaklu ambassador nik havagnikwaklu circumpolar nik havagavangatni Denmark milu hin Inuit havagavit Inuit tabigit Canada milu unalu Inuit circumpolar council lu ukauhenik tanngongechonic iturhengat ukautik baruait kanuhinik likha havakami hin heaven mutigu kangatlu Inubet kauchingat Inubet lu inuhingat ilihamba beakabluit ilau beakabluit tanngongechot Inuit hin Inuak barnika nalunay diganikkangalu unalu Order of Canada hin it kauti viraganegait Governor General Mary Simon heaven mutik kamigit tanngongechot dauda beakabluit ilau beakabluit kanutun likha hin heaven nikabluit lu Canada mi hihamafanik umeaktot daimini dang makamigit tukokamigit 1845 ogiumi daniktun atinga Arctic expedition ilituit kangat iliturineaktit ilihakpangatni Waterloo mi hin timingat hihamattamatkuat umeaktit daimini Franklin expedition ilituit laginikangat atingit hin lu DNA nik timinganun Inuit ilatingat lu atokamigit hin atauhik pakikangat timinga 1859 mi Gladman Point mi nunangatni taman na inumgok Henry Peglar hin Inuak barnik nalopkinya viragnakwak kihutilangat taman na umeaktim hin expedition taman na ukwat umiat HMS Terror HMS Airbus lu daimini umeangat umeak doktoat lu hikumi Inuit nunangatni kalvik baragnakwakok Northwest Passage mungniragniakamik aglan unikamit umeangat tamatkuat tangit ivaklik niraktot aulaktot umeangnik taking niragloktot anianakitlag niragloktot aglan ilokhaitnik 129 umeaktit tukong nakwatkok hinan inuniragnliraktot nirikaragnikot inungnik umeaktik kadingatnik ilitsuginiaktitahin pakingnikotlu atingit pinghut ukotlu William Oren David Young John Brigginslu hintaymunilu atingitan pakingnikangat John Gregory James Fitzjameslu hinlu dait na ilituit laginikot kihutilangat ni tamatkot Inuit ilatingat ikiyukami timinganik DNA nik atironik pakingnikwak hin adawhik ilatinga ilauginaqaaqlu kuliaqtuaqtim BBC mi journalist kuliaqtuaqtim Rich Preston ilitsuginniaqtitlu havakamiktamanna atuginnikkangaat ilitsuginniaqkamigit hugautaniklu ingilagaannik lu pakikamigit Franklin Expedition hin tamatkuat atlatiniitlu tukurat ilitsuginniaqtutuli okuatlu makpiganik huliragavingnik nagaka kuliaqtuaginniagikka aulaqtugavingmi upunagaqrami aulaqtutlaginniagait aklagavingmi aglatlagekki aulaqtuhoqtuat adauhinik inungnik aimavingatni makpiahi uvlubak munaglan 2 o'clock mukbaung makpiahi aitutlagekki aklagavingmi Community Corporation kunni abekhrudikakkufi asluilikakkufi kukuulatlagekki aklagavingmi Inuvialuit Pivalliajut kukagavingat 978-2414 Hillu nunaptingni huliragvingnik NWT Arts Program ivaklirut huliragdinik kihut duniukai huktot havangatni huliragvingatni huliragdingat hinlu outsaimi daitna talimanika daitna hinik outsaimi duniukait laginekut hinlu tamanna crafted show and sale taniktun pingahongnik uvlunik Winnipeg Manitoba mutlaginekuhi November 6 minganin 8 munaglan okiopak Vancouver mutlaginekuhilu tangongetonik at noanik Fashion Week niktayu taniktun hihamanik anakami uvlumi biniagait Vancouver BC mi November 18 minganin 21 munaglan hinlu una taniktun atinga Oddbird Art and Craft Fair Bingahongnik uvlunik Edmonton Alberta mi November 27 min November 29 munaglan unalu adawaning danngongechot agnat art market uvani havagavengatni National Art Center malongnik uvlunik duniukait larut Ottawa Ontario mi kitchagaving mi datkakhiumi 5 minganin 6 munaglan tamatkuatlu Assembly of First Nations Special Chiefs Assembly Circle of Trade Show Pinghongnik uvlunik marketnik duniukait laginekuhi Ottawa Ontario mi kitchagaving mi datkakhiumi December 8 mi hinlu ukwat ilaw huktot Sunday munaglan May 31 munaglan na makpigahi tutkitlageki abekhrudikakkufi ilitsuifa hukkufi ukhautitlageki nunaptingni arts program diyugavingat nwtarts@gov.nt.ca hinlu kakiharuku nivakligavingatni dauditlageki nwtarts.com Okwata hin ᓐᕗviagut Nunavut Incorporated ᓐᕗ̈kamigit Nunavut angagavingat Nunavut Alberta meet tamanna Inuvialuit Alberta mi ᓐᕗ̈at laginekut ᓐᕗmi Kaulinik President Nick Danuktun ᓐᕗ̈kamigit Edmonton mi ᓐᕗ̈at laginekut hin ukwat ᓐᕗ̈gavingatni Central Lions Recreation Center mi 11113 113th Street Edmonton mi hinlu ᓐᕗ̈at chiget laginekutlu uvlabak May 20th ᓐᕗ̈gavingat May 27 2026 10 o'clock minganin 7 o'clock munaglan anakami hin Inuviat Calgary meet Nagaluni Alberta Inuvialuit ilitui hokkahi Calgary mi ᓐᕗ̈gavikangitchut gihenik post office nikun ᓐᕗ̈at laginikot proxy voting nikdaigugait hinlu Inuit ᓐᕗ̈gamik $100 aychut laganagait davani mogofi nagaluni proxy nik nagaluni post office nikun check nik dude lageki nagaluni manikagavingmi ilit lagait manitin hin hihamaniki chachaniklu halehuigavingmi naliguangay kamik akalihet laganagait hin abekhrudi kakkufi Aglat Lageki, Chief Returning Officer, NTICRO@ayaya.ca, Kukulat Lagekilu, Kukwagabingat, 867-222-3634. IRC Miluguk, Environment and Natural Resources Technology, Nudat Inuit, Aulakto Hokdot, Tingit Lagenikut Aulakto Gavingnon, Angus Campmi, Ilaw Hokdot, Itnahinik, Aulakdagvingmi, Ilaw Hokdot, Daitna ENRTP mi, Ilaw Laginikut, Ilihak Bangatni, Aurora College mi, Utokanak, Ilihautit Laginigait, Dalimat Malungnik, Uvlunik, Ilituifa Hokdot, Dangungichot, Ilhimaringit, Kanuk Lu Inuit Kanuki Haurait Hikumichigu Lu Nuna Imang Nikunlu Hinlu Nachugumik Binghong Nika Credits Lik Nik Aichut Laganigait. Ihumiofaga Kufi Kokulat Laruhi Kokwagabingat 867-872-7576. And your word of the week is in Inuvialuit Pivalliajut, meaning see you tomorrow. Uvagut, see you tomorrow. So if you're talking to a friend or someone and you'll be seeing them tomorrow, you can tell them, Uvagut, see you tomorrow. Uvahin nachikayagnikapta, uvanga ataga shokralok Dodie Malegana, Kuyinak Barak, Daudukdua Kafivalabak, Kuyinak Baraklu, Judy Salami, Aklagaving me, Kuleak Dokabetlu, Uvlabak, Hinlu. Kuyinak Baraglu, Kuleak Doktibut, Kailik Kasun, Kuleak Dokami, Dukdurak Dumin, Inuvingmin. Vahina Nakuvernik, Uvli Laudagichi, Biakognai Chotun, Ahin, Udaganayak Dugut, 11 o'clock Mukban, Mountain Standard Time, Daudaganayak Duhi, Kautignagia, Unalina, Lina Kudakak. ᓐᕗ̀སᵃ Inuvingmi, Hin Utaganayak 11 o'clock Mukban Mountain Standard Time, 1 o'clock Mukban Eastern Standard Time. At Nagalo. ᓄᕕഅᓗᐃþ Inuvialuit Pivalliajut Uvagut ᓴᖅကိᔮկauti지ᔪৎ ᓄᕕഅᓗဣþ ᓱᒃᑎþ띠yiᒃ Inuvialuit Okionga 2026. Uvagut ᓄᕕഅᓗဣþ ᓄᕕᓗကိᔮկauti지ᔪৎ ᓄᕕᓕഅᓗဣþ Inuvialuit Inuvialuit Mikhokbaroguruk Bilgovirak Donik Kakitiginegiga Mikunganik. Hinlo Akina Unalina Kanukit Bit.
Thank you. Good morning.
Before we start, Lena, talking to Lena Kudakak from Inuvik. Before we start, Lena, with your interview about your beautiful traditional Inuvialuit creations, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are?
My name is Lena Kudakak. My maiden name is ᓄᕕഅᓗဣþ, which I was named after my grandmother on my dad's side.
Awesome.
My dad is Donald Kaptana and my mom is Bessie Kaptana.
Thank you, Lena. What does it mean to be an Inuvialuit traditional seamstress to you?
For me, it means a lot because when I began my little family, I really wanted to learn how to make clothing for my kids. So that's where I started with my oldest one. I started just making clothes for him to suit his age, and that really inspired me to try do the best that I can with any sewing that I've done so far.
Can you tell us a little bit about, sorry, go ahead.
And one thing that really inspired me was my Nana Lena. I've never met her, but I've seen pictures of her, and she's wearing that. She's wearing that there with the caribou skin parka and the tusks. So with the sewing covers that I do now, like I often use the tusk to just in appreciation of her work back in the day. Yes.
I see. Awesome. So can you tell us about some of the other sewing creations that you've made?
I just recently was in Sax Harbor, and we did a workshop with a few ladies down there, and it wasn't for like 4 days, wasn't very long, but during that time we had done 27 parkas and atiklooks, so it was really successful. This picture you see here is of the language workshop that we just had at my workplace at the Inuvialuit Cultural Resource Center. And there you see, of course, you see yourself with my books, and also the board, the IRC board. I was so happy when they came there because it just showed their support in the language and culture for the Inuvialuit. So, and I'm so proud to say that all 4 ladies up there facilitated the workshop, so it went really well.
Awesome.
I love the dick looks too. They look so sharp.
They were beautiful.
This one was done in Fort McPherson a couple of years back. We had gone there to do this workshop on strictly parkas. So they made parkas and they added the fur as well. So that one was really successful, where we went back on a couple occasions. We went back to do the children, the youth, and then we did a men's workshop, so straight men. and they did so well. They did everything on their own. Like they sewed the whole parka together, put the fur, and oh, it was so nice to see them trying to, revitalize the parka making in McPherson. Yeah. This is of my niece. Her name's Agnes Kregnakduk. This was a parka that I made several years ago, but oh my God, it's so beautiful, like the actual design and the fit, and she looks amazing in that picture there. And this is of my son's wedding. That was back a couple of years ago, and they asked me to make them the traditional covers with the tusk. So I was so happy to do that, and I think they look so nice, and just proud to wear the articles that I made, which made me happy and so good.
They're beautiful. Your work is very beautiful, and as you can see, I'm wearing one of the atichluit that you made while we were in Inuvik. So I was so proud to wear your traditional sewing as well. Also, what does preparing for your sewing creation involve as an Inuvialuit traditional seamstress, whether it's for sewing for yourself or presenting for a workshop? What does it all involve?
I think it involves like having a really good pattern to begin with, and having the material that you need to sew the product, and a good machine. I have a couple of machines at home, like they're industrial machines, so they're really easy to work with. And I think that's most of what you need to do a good job in any type of sewing that you want to do.
And you talked a little bit about how you learned. Could you elaborate a little bit more about how did you learn to create all of your beautiful parka covers, your parkas, and other garments? How did you learn all
Well,
that?
I started really focusing on strictly sewing about maybe 15 years ago. And during that time, I had, along with Billy, Lenny, and Brian Rogers, we always call him Nunki, so I have a hard time to remember his English name. We worked on a huge order together, and that's what really made me start to really seriously think of doing that as like to support myself and my family. And we did this project with the Northern Games. It was the Circumpolar Northern Games held here in Inuvik. I believe it was in 2014. So during that time, we did we made about 90 atiklooks. So that was a good starting learning point of really getting into my sewing. So since then, I began to just sew, and was able to support myself and my family. And that was what I did before I started working with the Inuvialuit Cultural Resource Center, which I have been there for 8 years now.
And what or who inspired you to do what you do with your creations?
I think my family inspires me because they're the ones that I always sew for. And I take a lot of pride in what I do, and I want them to look good, of course. And another thing that really inspired me was when I first saw my nana wearing that caribou parka with the tusks. I was so happy to, try do somewhat like her and just use the modern materials that we have available today to make the tusks. And I think they're doing really well because when I go to conferences down south, even in Ottawa, Toronto, I meet up with other Inuit people, and right away they know that, oh, you're Inuvialuit Day. So I think that design really, it's a good design, and people recognize who we are, Inuvialuit. So it's good
Yeah.
good
Could
promotion.
you, yes, could you elaborate a little bit more about when you started getting really serious in regards to sewing, traditional sewing?
Well, we began with making the adiklooks to begin with, and then we started working with kivyut. And what we did was we got a drum, and we collected the kivyut, where we were able to put it through the drum and make these big strips of kivyut down. And we used that to put it into jackets like parkas. So we're able to make parkas with it and also vests. We haven't done that for a while, but after doing that, I tried just using the kivyut itself alone, like without doing the drumming on it. And oh, it's so nice and warm. Like it's almost like a pillow soft shell, and straight kivyut, so it's like really warm.
Mm.
And it's similar to a down jacket, but using materials to sew the shell together and then just inserting a cover. So I think that's the warmest that you can be with the kivyut. So working with that, and also working in making makluks. I like making makluks and try to design them as best as I can because I love a good fit, like a good maklak fit. So kind of mimicking the gawaks, they call them, like the gawaks with the flowers, but using seal, and then on top putting embroider border for the top of the shoe. So those are really pretty too.
Awesome. I see you've been hosting some parka making workshops in the communities. Can you tell us about that and some of the feedback that you've been getting from the participants while they're learning?
Yes. Well, the one that we had in Sax was similar to the ones that we had in Aklavik, in McPherson, in Tuck. But the one in Sax, we just came just in time for the jamboree, and they haven't. I think they haven't had one since COVID. So it was a really special visit, and people were in good spirits. And when we began the workshop, it was where there were so many ladies that wanted to learn, and they were just encouraged, like I encouraged them to try learn as much as we can because we just had a few days. and some of them took it to heart and they completed their parkas, and they were just happy and they were well made. So there was this one young person that had his mother make a parka for him, and he hadn't had a parka in years, like many years. So when we were done with the parka, he was so happy and he was so proud, like, to wear it. And it's like moments like that that I really enjoy. I enjoy watching the pride in them completing their parkas.
Awesome. Yeah, since we just have about 30 minutes left, what advice would you give to others who would want to start sewing and learning and making their own clothing like you did?
Well, I think the most practical advice I'd give is just be patient. Like, there's a lot of patience and learning, a lot of mistakes to make, but you learn from your mistakes, and just keep sewing, because every time you sew, you get better, and pretty soon, like, you won't even need to like use a pattern to make your own design. And I really encourage our people to continue learning our traditional clothing, because they're so absolutely beautiful. They're unique, and once you get started, you just want to you just take pride in what you do as a seamstress. Yeah.
Well, Quianak Barak, thank you very much, Unalina, for speaking with me today and sharing about your beautiful looks like the one I'm wearing today. For example, we're always so happy to wear your creations, and I've got a collection going of your atikluit. So just happy to have your atikluit in my collection of clothing as well. Thank you very much, and you have a
Thank
great
you for
day.
giving me this opportunity to speak briefly about sewing, and thank you for letting me, like, show what I was so proud when I started to work with the tusks, and to let you guys show my nanak. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
That's awesome, Quianak Barak Unalina. That was
Have
Lina Kudakat. Yeah, Ilvetlu. That was Lina Kudakak from Inuvik. She's a traditional Inuvialuit seamstress from Inuvik. Ukakidikaga, Lina Kudakak, Inubektinga, Unalina, Kuleak Dok Dok, Kanuk Ilichikinikok, Inuvialuit, Adekluliru kami, Adegiliru kami, Gamiliru kami, Kanuhiniklikalu, Mikuru kami, Hin Ilihartrigu kamilu, Inuvialuit Nunanlani, Moguruklu, Ilihautriguruklu, Ategiliuninik, Ategluliulinik, Huniklikalo, Ilihautriguruk, Inuit, Naguagavira Ruga, Gait, Ilautlagini kami, Mikoganinik, Ilihautri kami, Lina, Mikoganinik, Kuvehu Belaktuka, Nananga, Atiginga tutunik atiginga taudoktohi aku nananga atatangalu maloklu mikirocha tanutakat ingelagantun atukunik kamik tutunika atnuganik kamachavirak tuk nananga mikogininga malitlaginik kamik kamitrum Kuvehu Belak tuka ilichit lagini kami mikogininik dait nihiniklu Inuak Barat atagugait hin Inuitlu katimakamik atekluliugaitlu agalachit katimaroniklu hin Inuit ilaw kamik workshop liu kamik Kuvehu Barurukt angutit unni ilauginikkuat taimini atakiliukamik pilgoviraktuatlu lina kulaginikkuat ilitsuikamiklu angutit hin pikpagiviraga daitnahinik mikutlaginikami nigumaktuanik kiviguniklu atuginikkuat taimini atakiliukamik nigumaviraktuanik kuyinak parak lina kutikak kuleaktuakami inuvingmi inuvialuit mikulagaviraknikok una atikhluk atukkigalu lina atikluliognik kwak inuvingmi ilauginikama katimaranik inuvialungnik Uvahin ᓵᓃꒃᓮακαuṭa uvangashukralok Dodie Malegana kuyinak parak dautuktua kafivulepak kuyinak paraklu lina kudakak kuleaktuakavitlu uvulepak bigok nahi daudilauruhi kakiharakun Facebook mi YouTube milu nakuvirnik uvli lautagachi biyakugnaichotun hanuhi kikulu